Just north of Winston-Salem, where our state's Piedmont rolls out to meet the Blue Ridge, lies a starkly compelling pair of mountains in Hanging Rock State Park. They are outcroppings of quartzite that remain after surrounding softer rock was eroded away over millions of years. They are also popular recreational destinations.
The park was established in the 1930s through the work of the Civilian Conservation Corps. Originally, the land that is now the park was going to be developed as a resort area. And after the Great Depression, those companies went bankrupt. And the developers lost their land to the bank, which in turn sold it to the state for a very low price on the condition that it be made a state park.
A more modern historical remnant can be seen in the park's stonework, crafted by Conservation Corps workers during the 1930s and early 1940s. They built walls and trails, picnic shelters, and perhaps most notable, a bathhouse that is listed today on the National Register of Historic Places.
The stone for the bathhouse and for the picnic shelters was quarried right here in the park. And that is considered their crowning achievement, that as well as the park lake that we have here.
One of the most attractive features of Hanging Rock State Park is its timelessness. This scene could have been from the 1950s, 80s, or any more recent summer. There's something universal about kids and water. Or perhaps a leisurely canoe trip around the edges of the 12-acre lake, ringed by the mountaintops.
Cascade Creek springs from the mountain Moore's Knob and then comes down and feeds our 12-acre lake. It is a man-made lake, and from the lake over the spillway, the creek continues to flow and actually feeds the upper Cascade waterfalls, goes down into the gorge, and then feeds the lower Cascade waterfalls as well on its way out of the park. We have activities year-round, and you can get a different experience depending on the month you come to the park.
Any time of year, whether finding relief from a flatland summer or enjoying the splendid autumn finery, there always are new vistas to be seen, fresh perspectives to be appreciated, and a variety of trails to hike.
October is our most popular month for hiking because of the autumn colors and the generally cooler and clear weather. You can hike some of our more long-distance trails in the month of October without exerting yourself as much as you would in the summertime. And when you get to the top of the mountain, you can see a lot farther because there's less pollution, less smog. If you go up to the top of Hanging Rock, depending on where you're standing, you can look north and see the Blue Ridge Mountains and Virginia extremely well. And on a clear day, especially in the fall and winter time, you can see the skyline of Winston-Salem.
Check out the view. Hang around a while. Climb on the rocks. Enjoy being with family and friends. Let your mind soar. And then come back and do it all over again some other time.
Some of them have been coming to the park for 30 years, and they like to come to the park the same time every year. They usually take the same campsite and hike many of the same trails, which is great, a testament to the park's endurance.
Native Americans called geologic structures like Hanging Rock and nearby Moore's Knob monadnocks. The area's German Moravian settlers probably called them island mountains.
From Moore's Knob, besides the Blue Ridge Mountains to the north in Virginia, you can also look west, see Sorrowtown Mountain, and then behind that, Pilot Mountain. If you climb to the top of the observation tower in Moore's Knob, you can actually have a 360-degree panoramic view of all the surrounding countryside. That is the tallest point in Stokes County.
Water runs off the mountain to join the slow-moving, meandering Dan River, which rises in Virginia before flowing through Stokes County and then several times in and out of the two states before joining the Roanoke and eventually emptying into Albemarle Sound. Back at Hanging Rock, the modern visitors center, designed in the Conservation Corps style, offers a bit of history and a refreshment break.
There is no backcountry camping. We have trails that will access most of the sites and places that people like to visit, but we have designated natural areas that we want to remain just that, natural.
If you want to stay overnight, there are campsites and cabins for the asking, if you get there early enough. Hanging Rock State Park is one of the region's most popular, and it's easy to see why. Sites perhaps only once known to the native Sora Indians are now yours to enjoy, whether for recreation or in simple appreciation of what Mother Nature has set before you.
We always strive to maintain that balance between recreational accessibility and resource protection. And what we do here at the park is we try and keep the trails as accessible as possible for people so that they can enjoy the park while minimizing the effect to the natural resources. And I think that our trail system and our philosophy and how we go about building trails and building new buildings works well in accordance with this policy.
Could Hanging Rock State Park be the perfect day trip for you and your family? Or perhaps your children's family, or your children's children's family? It's a pretty safe bet that what you see here will still be hanging around in, 100 years or so.